and that's just the fun of it. But I did get something quite cool. Let me just see if I can flick the feed to the camera. Is that the camera one? No. Is it? It might be. No, it's my PC.
Put your pants back on, Grant.
I'm not going to show them
that'd be scary.
That's just not okay.
Isn't it interesting how everything just goes completely downhill once the Frontier people have left? It's like teacher was in the room for 2 hours, and now teacher's gone. The kids are now
yay! Let's carry on. So
into each other.
It's not a bathroom camera, no, it's not. But what I did was I received something this week that is pretty cool and probably of interest to some people. It is this particular shadow box. And it is, if you have used the Shadow Tech system where you basically rent a PC, top-end PC, this is the hardware box. You can see it's got HDMI, it's got the network port, which I don't believe currently functions. That's something that they're planning on updating soon with firmware. 4 USBs, 2 USB 3s, 2 USB 2s probably, a headphone socket, power socket, and an HDMI out. What this means is you connect wirelessly. I've not tested it. My intention is to bring it down to ECM and to LaveCon and to hook it up using a mobile phone internet signal on it to see how good it copes on that kind of low speed connection. So far, it works brilliantly. I had it in the kitchen, fired it up, and it's like having a PC anywhere you want. It is network dependent, Hales. It requires, I think, 15 megabits per second, isn't it?
It's not 20, it's less than 20. I think it's 13 or 14. It's not high.
Yeah.
Or not high given modern broadband speeds.
Now, the monthly price, I think, is around about £24 a month. It's not on a contract basis, so you can try it for a month and then stop. Activations are a bit slow to get started, so don't do it expecting it that night. It will probably be within a week of signing up that you'll get your setup. So £20 a month. The box itself you have to buy. It's £109. It is nothing. It is basically a Raspberry Pi equipment in there just to hook into their service. But the benefit of that is the USB connections on those are going to work with the software. Whereas if you have an issue with the installation on your PC, often the USB part can be a bit ropey. It works for me on my machine now since they did an update about 3 months ago, and I can use my hot-ass controllers for Elite on my PC with the window, but this box would then allow me to take my hot ass, my pedals and all my controllers, go through to another room in the house, plug it into a projector, and boom, instantly done. I think it's awesome if you have the likes of your own system of, a cockpit that you've built, because it's small, it doesn't get that hot at all, doesn't take up much space, and can be easily hidden under the unit, meaning you don't have a huge base unit. The only problem with that is, of course, if you're using a multiple video out, you've only got one on the back of this damn thing. So yeah, it's the system itself works. The iOS on the phone, I've had no luck running that at all. It works, but it's just unusable because it's an iPhone.
I've used it quite happily with my my Android tablets, but I'll usually go off and hook on an external Bluetooth keyboard and mouse.
Yeah,
and that just makes it 10 times easier.
It is. It's when it works great. There are like, for example, the game that I tend to test it with is Dead by Daylight, because you have skill checks on that. Unfortunately, I'm not good enough at skill checks on the regular PC, so I think I can only really say I am just as bad on the Shadow Tech system as I am on my home PC. So that probably suggests that there's not much in the way of latency issues. It's just that I'm really bad at skill checks. But I will let you know as I have more time, and we'll see it at ECM. So come over and have a shot and you'll see